This month I managed to smash a 12 by 12 paper collection and turn it into 4 different projects, so stay tuned to see what all I made. Hey, it's Beth. Welcome. This is the Smash Our Stash collaboration, which is just a small collab that I host where we focus on using up things from our stash each month. And usually there's a theme or a prompt that we're to follow each month or to work within. This month, the prompt happened to be free choice, which means we can work on smashing anything we choose. There's a playlist link below in the description box where you can find the videos from the other participants who are smashing along with me this month. So for my free choice, I chose this Oh Holy Night collection from Echo Park. It had been in my stash for a while. I had used part of it somewhere along the line. There were 6 full sheets plus some scraps left in here, and the majority of the sheets were cut aparts. The 3x4 and some border strips, and I think there may have been one other sheet that was just regular pattern paper on both sides. And because of that, since I knew I did want to use the 3x4 cut aparts, I also decided to try and use up this Dots and Stripes pad from Echo Park. It's a 6x6. It has also been in my stash for a while. I did pretty good. There were 14 full sheets plus scraps, and I think there's maybe 6 full sheets left plus some smaller scraps than what I started with. So I did not succeed on fully smashing that one, but that is okay because I have another idea to use that here soon. This one I did smash. I used all the paper, I used all the stickers, and I even went into the cover sheet here to get a few more embellishments for some of my projects. So what did I make? I believe I made 27 cards. Again, I started by focusing on the cut aparts. So there were actually some 4x4 cut aparts, 3x4, 4x6, and then border strips. So I did not do anything with the border strips or 4x6 cut aparts, but I did use the 4x4 and the 3x4. So this particular one was actually a 4x4 cut apart that I cut down, and I did use sketches for a lot of my cards, and just to kind of make it easier, I don't have them with me. I'm trying to do a quick flip through. This was a 4x4 that I cut down, and then I've got a border strip piece here, so I did use maybe a couple of the border strips. One of the sticker banners, and on the insides of the cards, I used scraps, and then the border strip or the branding strip along the bottom had Oh Holy Night, so it's actually on both sides, on one end, kind of the opposite, and on both sides of that branding strip. So I used that or stickers, which I'll show you here in a minute, on the insides of all the cards along with a scrap. So it's not necessarily a sentiment, but it's just kind of in there as an additional embellishment. So this is my first set of 6 that I did. This was actually a 3x4, brought in some stickers as sentiments on this one. This was another 4x4 that I trimmed down to kind of act like a 3x4, but I ended up cutting it smaller. Here is my next set of cards, and this used the 3x4 cut aparts. And then I did bring in some paper from my stash to be kind of like this cockeyed, kind of contrasting paper in the back. I just wanted to bring in a little bit of gold. There's no gold on the pattern paper that I used for my matting, but there is gold on some of the cut aparts. So 2 of those, and on these, on the inside, there were 2 border strip stickers along the bottom, and I just cut off right above where they were, and then took them to my trimmer and just cut both of them together 4-inch pieces. And so then I have 4-inch strips on the insides of these cards. And then there was a set of stickers over here that had words or little phrases. So like behold him, nativity, away in a manger, things like that. So on this set of cards, I used the border strip stickers and then the phrase stickers from the sticker sheet on the inside. So that was, I did 2 sets, and then these are kind of like random-ish. This was a 4x4 cut apart that I die cut into a circle, used up some of the little branding strip pieces on the bottom there. This was a sticker, and I think now we're kind of into using up the stickers to embellish these cards. I had a lot of stickers left. So these are just various sketches that I used, trying to use up the scraps that I had left as well as stickers. This one I kind of made my own journal card with some of the stickers on the sheet. And then I have 2 sets of 6 for card kits. I need to finish cutting down the card bases for the other ones, but I took some of the 3x4 cut apart. Actually, I think there's, oh no, 2 sets of 10 here. Have 10 different 3x4 cut aparts that I used. And basically the layout for this one will be a kind of pattern card mat, a fishtail banner piece, and then this cut apart on the front. And I just figured this is kind of a nice easy layout that people can follow. So I will finish cutting the card bases for those, but essentially the paper has been used and allocated for those. And then I had some little bits left, and so I was trying to use up some of the scraps and tinier stickers, and also this is when I went into the cover sheet here, trying to use up, help me use up the scraps. So these are just little gift tags that I layered up some scraps and stickers onto. This was from the cover sheet. And at the end, I had a bunch of these like olive branch stickers left, so I decided I needed to use those as well. And then like I did add white to the back of all of them since the pattern paper was patterned on both sides. So I do have one project that I actually did earlier on for our craft show yesterday, so I'll insert pictures here. But basically, I took some of the 4x4 cut aparts and layered them on some pattern paper, and then we have a couple of products that we make for our craft shows that are interchangeable signs. So we have ladders where it has 2 places where you can insert square signs, or we have like some little house sets or barn sets where you can put in a cut apart put in an insert and kind of change it out. So I took the manger, like the nativity scene cut aparts, and then the angel cut aparts that were both 4x4. Again, backed them on pattern paper, applied them to our little plywood squares that we use for those inserts, and then I used Mod Podge for that, and then sealed them all up and everything. And then those were sold at our craft show yesterday. So I do not have those to share with you, but hopefully the pictures will suffice. So I feel like I got a lot of mileage out of what was left of this collection. And I am glad that I had this because I used the black, the dark red, and the dark greens mostly, and a little bit of this green. The kind of brighter red and the lighter green didn't really jive, but most all of the other colors in here did. So that did help me with a lot of my card matting, and then I did bring in some cardstock or some additional paper like this right here from my stash for matting layers and things like that. But hopefully you got some inspiration on how to use a collection like this, or use this particular collection. I know this is an old one, I think from 2018. I know they have some additional or new versions of kind of the nativity or a Christian Christmas collection. And don't forget about the branding strips. A lot of us I know use the pattern, the preview, I guess, of what's on the other side. We'll use that in our card, but every once in a while, they actually don't have a like creator name or something within the branding strip, and or within the title of the collection on the branding strip, and you can totally make use of those as well. It could be a sentiment sometimes, or like I said, since I had kind of a sentiment on the front, it's just more of an extra embellishment on the inside. I had a lot of fun with this. Again, please be sure to check out that playlist in the description box to see what everybody else did this month. Thank you so much for your time, and hope you all have a very crafty day.